everybody, I'm going to be talking about the Ainu people from Japan. I hope you enjoy. The Ainu people are an indigenous group of people from Hokkaido, Japan. People called Hokkaido Izachi. Izachi means land of the Ainu. Japanese settlers came and pushed the Ainu people north. They also brought bad diseases to the Ainu people. Here is a picture of the map of Hokkaido and a bit of the scenery. The traditional Ainu people relied heavily on hunting and gathering as a food source. They stored their food in storage houses called pyu. The Ainu people boiled, dried, and smoked the various types of meats they caught. Lots of meat was cooked into soup, and they rarely ate raw meat with the exception of internal organs of animals such as bears and deer. In winter, they ate frozen salmon, and in summer, they ate dry salmon. The plants and agriculture products were also dried or boiled and put into storage. Fruit was eaten raw, and roots, plants, leaves, etc. were eaten in soup with the meat. Soup was a very traditional dish for the Ainu people to eat. They called it oha. The Ainu had several different types of soups, such as garlic and meat. Porridge, also called seiyo, was a traditional side dish. For spices, they would use animal or fish fat. The Ainu people used many different animal skins, hides, and other elements to create clothing. Some of the animals were seagulls, bear, seal dog, salmon, as well as plants such as wild rye. Other clothing such as bark clothing is a traditional clothing still used to this day. Bark clothing contains adish, which is made from the endodermis of trees such as elm. These clothes would be embroidered and worn for special occasions or just plain and worn every day. In the late Edo era, the Ainu people obtained lots of cotton and began wearing embroidered cotton clothing called chakarkarp. They made their crafts out of wood, and wooden bears that they carved were very popular. They were found at gift shops in Hokkaido, so you could purchase their handmade items if you like. The carvings of bears that the Ainu people created were inspired by the bears that were carved in Switzerland. They also created weaving and embroidery and used them frequently. This was a common practice of theirs. Musical instruments were similar to a Jew's harp, and a lot of the songs were written about ancestral heroes. The marriage is very different from how things are today. The parents choose the spouse, and the marriage is arranged by their parents. Women usually get married around 15 to 16 years old, whereas men usually get married around 17 to 18. Marriage can be arranged as early as at birth. The way proposal works is the man goes to the woman's house, receives a bowl of rice, and eats half of it. That is his proposal, and for the woman to say yes, she has to eat the remaining rice. Marriage happens between people from the same settlement often because the Ainu people like marriages between people who are related. Engagement gifts are handmade or carved items. This is different from marriage in today's day and age because most people get a choice in whom they marry, and proposals usually happen by the guy giving a ring and getting down on one knee. The woman usually responds with yes or no rather than finishing a bowl of rice. People also usually get married at an older age, and the engagement gifts you receive are rarely handmade. It is very unusual for people now to marry someone they are related to, and whereas it is common for the Ainu people. The Ainu people have different genres of dance, such as Japanese folk dance, which is social dancing mixed with performance-style dancing. There are sacred dances, and there were dancers performed at festivals on occasions. Performance-style dancing is based on stories being told. They have creative moves, and there have actually been competitions where the dancers compete with one another to see who can outdance everyone else. They wore very detailed costumes made from embroidery with bold colors that stand out.
Oh, yeah.
villages were called koten. They were often placed by water so people could easily access food. Families who lived in villages usually consisted of under 10 people. Houses were made of grass, bamboo, bark, and other natural resources. The houses were not very big and they had 3 windows. One window was for gods to enter and for tools for ceremonies to be transferred through. It wasn't for people to look through as it was sacred. Outbuildings was a place for food to be stored, and they held ceremonies there which sent a bear's spirit to the gods. The Ainu people's religion was important to them, and one very important belief that they had was the beliefs of the soul. They have the belief that a dead person's soul can leave their body and appear in the world again. If they don't have a proper ceremony for the living person or animal, then their soul cannot peacefully be in the dead person's body. Having said this, it will make the people who are living ill, so it reminds them that they made a mistake on not having the right ceremony for them. It is basically saying that if you don't treat the soul right, then there will be consequences. The bear ceremony is a very important ceremony to them in which they have a ritual for the bear to send their soul to the mountains. These ceremonies include food, drinks, dancing, singing, etc. A shaman is important in the Ainu culture as they work with spirits. They cured diseases and helped get rid of the evil spirits. They used different tools and tricks to get it out of the body and therefore healed the person. However, sometimes they died in the process because of the evil spirit. Their main goals were to cure the sick and to give prophecies while possessed. I hope you enjoyed my video on the Ainu people from Japan. Thank you for watching. Bye!